Good morning, my boomers, my bears, my baby bear cubs. And my funny bunnies. Not too many funny bunny left in the box. We sniped most of those out, banned a lot of people, trimmed the grass out here. But we do have some bears amongst us. Looking bearish out there today. I want to talk about bear market strategy and more. Make sure you tap the like, the sub, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned in to the good crypto word that we spread here every single day. Let me check out the chat. And shout out to the Metamaniacs. Make sure you drop a comment. Shout out to the Discord. Let's talk about this bear market strategy. Shout out to Cryptmatic. I see you. Bear market strategy out here. And I'll tell you, I have been continuing with the DCA of the larger the larger chip, blue chip coins, specifically Bitcoin and ETH. Hold on. I'm getting a lot of feedback and I can barely hear myself correctly. There we go. Specifically Bitcoin and ETH, I'm DCAing. But as far as the strategy, I do want to increase the DCA because the DCA clip has been going on even since the bull market. So it hasn't changed. It's like, the steady, and it's nothing to brag about. It's just a steady drip, a little drip every week. But now that things are obviously bearish, I'm considering doubling up the drip on both BTC and ETH. And that drip has been constant for, for some time now. Shout out to Poison. I see you. Good morning. Shout out to Cryptmatic. Kaboom. But most importantly, I think the strategy for the bears here is patience. Okay. There's so many tubers coming up with this and that and do this and is it the time to buy? And sometimes it's the time to do nothing and just relax and just wait. We're in a society right now where it's always do this, do that, do this. What's the solution? What's the right answer? Sometimes there is no answer. Just relax. And I think some people don't want to accept maybe you don't want to have to relax, but what I mean by that is like sometimes you don't need to touch all the buttons. Let the plane glide. Let the plane glide. People always touching the buttons. Always touching. You touch too many buttons, you're gonna break something. That's why I tell the kids, you keep touching and touching and touching, you're gonna break something. Okay, so sometimes don't touch. Shout out to my Metamaniacs. Let me turn off these coins. Let me see what's going on, shaking and baking here on my watch list, just to keep an eye on the markets and more. Hopefully you went to the gym. It's the time to lock and load and make sure you are strength training at best and at least walking at minimum. Maybe strength training is not at best. I mean, that's not the best you could do, actually. That's wrong said. But at minimum, you should be walking. And hopefully you're strength training. Anchor's up 9%. This is probably because they're going to take a Luna snapshot, I think. I don't know. Terra snapshot expected this week. Here's how the Luna will be distributed. Let me check this out. And, my condolences to those that got clapped up with Terra Luna because this thing is, I guess so many people have been negatively impacted by this. What's interesting to me is that the crypto Karens, there's some whiners, obviously, but I guess this really caught everybody by surprise. Snapshot of Terra blockchain is expected to take place later this week and ahead of the launch of Terra 2.0, a so-called revival of the Terra ecosystem following the implosion of Terra USD earlier this month. Revival plan is now moving forward after the conclusion Wednesday of a vote among network validators with a 65% approval rate. Investors who held over 10K Luna before UST's implosion will receive the new tokens periodically to prevent immediate selling. Over 30% of their tokens will be unlocked initially and the remaining 70% would be released and released over 2 years. New tokens will be distributed after 6 months to such holders. So, I mean, what those tokens are going to be worth, is anybody going to be buying them? I have no idea, but they're taking a snap. What's the price of Luna? Still less than a penny. One of the biggest bloodbaths of any crypto coin I've seen. I mean, a complete bloodbath. I mean, I just say I'm glad we weren't involved in that one. I am glad we weren't involved in that one. We could have easily been involved. I'm sure some of you guys had some of the bags out there. But, I mean, we covered it, but I never aped in. Again, it just never attracted me to move funds from the EVM over a bridge to go to a new network just so that I could, you know, get these 18% on the stable. Now, granted, the native coin did well, but, you know, I don't know. I wasn't convinced for some reason. I just wasn't convinced. Kaboom to that. You got Bitcoin there at 29,858. Ethereum there at 1979. Let me make sure we're on the right number. And look at Luna where it's at. Yeah, 29,848. I mean, look, guys. You know the story out here. Where is Luna? Luna's still in the top 50. Okay, after such a bloodbath. I think they're still in the top 50 or the top 100. Let me just run the search for them. $56. I mean, look, I'll tell you this. This shows you how you can look at this many ways, okay? But, you know, for a coin that completely lost just about everything, it seems, okay? To still be ranked number 53, either the coins that are behind that are most of the coins behind it, you know, ranked number 100, 200, are massively undervalued, or the whole entire altcoin system is overvalued. Because I don't understand how this thing could still be in the top 100. It's basically imploded. You know, Bitchindu says, how do you feel about Casper? Are you referring to the Casper upgrade for Ethereum that was promised years ago? Plasma, Casper, all kinds of other Ethereum upgrades, if that's what you're referring to, or the coin? Because I don't know anything about a coin, but I do know about a Casper upgrade that's been promised years back. I don't know how OG you are. Shout out to Passive Crypto Show. Let's go. So, guys, bear market strategy, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go ahead and ramp up BTC and ETH DCAs, the weeklies. And those have already, you know, those have existed for a while now. Those aren't just automatic 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. Those will probably, I'll double up the spend on that. Besides that, just patience. Patience. Bitchindu says, no coin. No, I don't know anything about it. If you want to talk about it, jump into the Discord. And you could share links over there. If it's hot, people will respond, and I'll check it out as well. But I've never heard of it, no. You got that Terra snapshot going on. You know, best of luck to you guys, whoever was involved. But I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad we didn't ape into that. Let's see what else is going on here in the headlines. There was another headline talking about Bitcoin reaching $8,000. There we go. Guggenheim's Minerd says Bitcoin will drop to 8K. We checked his record. I mean, I don't know if it's going to go that low, but I think that the bottom's around 10K, 11K. And that's not so far off. 8K is not so far off. So it's basically in the same, it's right next to each other. It's right there, you know, 10K, 8K. At that point, if it drops that much, you know, who knows? Scott Minerd, Chief Investment Officer at Guggenheim Investments, hasn't been shy over the past couple of years about making predictions about the price of Bitcoin BTC. His calls, typically made during interviews with financial media outlets, including CNBC and Bloomberg, have garnered headlines thanks to his high-risk profile, stature, and traditional finance. But a quick recap of some of his prognostications, big word there, shows just how mixed his track record has proven. Okay, so In December 2020, this guy said Bitcoin should be worth 400,000. Bitcoin's price was about 20,000. What happened next? Bitcoin climbed to about 40,000 in January 2021. Minerd said Bitcoin could go to 400 to 600,000 back in 2021 of February. So this guy's been all over the place. This is just more. This guy's basically shooting. He's gone from 400,000 to 8,000. So I mean that's a pretty wide range, So that's how these guys are. They'll tell you this, they'll tell you that. Hey guys, you know what? Look at the charts. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You know what? It could go up or it could go down. That's basically what they're telling you. It could go to 400,000 or it can go to 8,000. I don't know. That's what these guys are saying now. I mean, well, we've told you the same, that it could go up and down. I think we've been a little more specific. I mean, I said it right when it went under 50,000. I said, guys, buckle up. It's a high probability here that we're going downtown. Okay? I was still, doing substantial moves in the 40K range. And even when it dipped under 40K. But once I saw it started going under 38, 36, I'm talking about BTC, because it's the leading indicator of what's really going on, what's really shaking and baking in these markets. That was it. Started reconsolidating. I told you guys, reconsolidate. Okay, get BTC and ETH and USDC. And in fact, I mean, probably should have got more USDC if I really thought BTC and ETH are going down more, which I do. Okay, but the OG in me is a real hodler. Okay, you're talking to a maniac that hodled through 2017. Okay, with the best of them. So we're armored plates over here. We're armored up. Which is cool to brag about and all that, but really, the better strategy would have been to sell a little bit more at the top, rebuy back in, a little bit more active strategy, which is more dangerous. I get it. So, because of that, I do have another wallet that's a little bit more active. And I told you guys I sold the Hex. Okay, it was a little move I was trying to do. And, as soon as this guy came out and said, guys, we're not going to make the May deadline, sell. In fact, let's check out what's going on with Hex and the price, because it could keep going down lower. If there's little reason for it to go up here in the short term if this guy's not going to deliver the bag with this Pulse Chain Hex gang. Under 8 cents. Okay, I sold about basically 10 cents. So I'm glad I got that USD now. You see what I'm saying? So I got that stable. The deal. Now, one that's been hot and that I identified yesterday as attractive was TRX. Okay, TRX, I didn't buy the bag. It's still around 8 cents. Technicals are still strong. Look at this chart. It looks like it's going to take off. Rumor is, I've read somewhere this morning, Binance is ramping up and they're going to have several trading pairs with USDD coming soon, like this week or next week. This is the rumor. I haven't verified that. I read that somewhere, so don't hang on it. Make sure you verify on yourself. But that's what I heard. TRX USDT is still looking strong buy here on the technicals. Okay, I really am not attracted to centralized exchanges, so I'm not using the centralized exchanges. So let me know about any potential bridges that you heard of, and then I know of something like SimpleSwap or GoDex, which are centralized exchanges, but you don't really have to sign up. It's 1, 2, 3, bada bing. It's custodial, but it's momentarily custodial. It's not like the deal. In the past, that's what seemed to have worked. Now, I don't know if there's a better bridge between EVM and Tron. Maybe they got their own in-house bridge. I'm not sure. Maybe Wormhole supports it. I'm not sure. Let me know here in the chat. But TRX right now is looking like one of the hottest altcoins technically for the short term here in this bear. And we got ENS. Shout out to Midas. I see you. ENS has gone to sell. So yeah, right now it's basically TRX, guys. TRX. If you want to throw your faith behind Justin Sun and friends with this new USDD, it seems like that's the latest. I want to say the latest scam as a joke, because everything seems a little scammy out here, guys. Okay, when you're dealing with everything Meta, Meta itself is basically scammy. It's fictional. It's all fictional, guys. I just can't buy TRX. Not sure why, but I just can't. But you have in the past, haven't you? I'm not sure, but right now it's warming up. It's warming up. I'll tell you that much. What I was considering, I'm like, that money I was playing with the Hex. That Hex is not doing anything here for the next week at least. Should I chase these TRX gains with that active bag, or should I follow the patient strategy? Shout out to Manu. I see you. Kaboom. TRX is the one right now as far as the technicals. Okay. Anchor Protocol's been warming up, but they're right now amongst the loser category. With what happened with Terra and whatnot. So, and they're still reading sells. So, I'm not paying attention to that. Midas said he dipped his toe into TRX but got out of the water quick. Well, there you go. Everything else, blood red, guys. Blood red. What's the bear market strategy out here? I told you guys, recapping here, I'm going to be about doubling up, or if not, just adding to my my DCA, my weekly drip, okay, which is fiat into crypto. And that's a small little drip faucet that's been around for a while. But, right now with the confirmed bear, that increasing that drip, doubling it up or just adding to it doesn't seem like a bad strategy. Okay. And then other than that is the patient strategy. Or like I said yesterday, should I just get into the drip protocol, which the referral one, the other MLM, but by Forex and Friends, because that's been doing good. Okay, let's be honest, it's been doing good. You know the deal. TRX is probably on BTT chain now too. Their EVM saw a MetaMask RPC for it. Yeah, if you actually confirm something, let me know. But I don't know what BTT. What's that? You talking about BNB maybe? But yeah, guys, patience is the strategy. And this strategy of patience, you better hurry up and wait, okay? And then, increase those blue chip buys, because at the end of the day, getting more ether for the long term is a pretty sound strategy. And in fact, I'm liking ether more each day than I am Bitcoin. And I'm an OG Bitcoin, and the portfolio reflects more Bitcoin weight. But I'll be honest with you right now, maybe I should just ramp up and have more buys on the ether side than on the BTC side, because at the end of the day, one can argue there's more utility with ETH. And, ETH can store value too. And it has more value as far as the smart contracts, and it has all the coins under. So, you could, I'm not trying to pin one against the other, but right now, in this dip, if I had to take one or the other, I think I'd probably take I don't know. I think ETH is undervalued. I'll be honest with you. I think ETH is undervalued against BTC. Should be available on Chainlist. So you got to go through another blockchain to do what? I don't know. Find me the route. If you see the route, or if anybody else knows a route from EVM, from Ethereum Virtual Machine over there to TRX, other than going through GoDex or Simple Swap, which that's probably the easiest way. I mean, unless you're okay with going straight to Binance, buying the TRX, and then withdrawing it. You know how the deal is. I do my best to avoid all the dexes. I mean, the sexes, excuse me. And that didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. The centralized exchanges. Guys, in this bear market, it's more important than ever for you guys to sacrifice your crypto to my special address. I have a new project coming in 2 weeks, says Midas the dog. Yeah, it's basically with minus the 2 weeks. That's basically what Richard told the whole community. That he said about a few months, right? Like back then it was, it's going to come out in a few months. So you got to laugh too. The guy, he got everybody, sheesh, I threw a bag at it too, guys. Let's not act. I know Midas threw a bag. I got a bag on it. So you got you gotta laugh. At the end of the day, maybe we should all have a sacrifice address because you never know, right? This guy's trolling the whole community now on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm not even mad at him, man, honestly. But one pulse chain, guys. One pulse. Man. I'll patiently wait here with stable coins versus your hex because that's it. That's it. At the end of the day, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain amount that I can bet on something. And that was a little bit past my threshold. Once I saw it go under 10 or headed under 10, I was like, that's it. I'm out of the party. See you later. Seems it was a solid move for May, and it proved pretty good up until about the 10th or 11th of May. And then once that pulse didn't show up, when there was no pulse on the heartbeat, that's when the dumping started. It went flatline. Yeah. So now that's not to say though that I still think that this guy's gonna pull off and launch the chain. But I shared the video on Discord in the crypto YouTube channel. It was a video by Stunner Breezy, and he made a point. He's like, most people already bought in. Like we're like everybody that's saying, oh, expecting 5,000, 10,000x gains on Pulse. Where's it going to come from? You need a lot of new blood to make it work. You know what I mean? He's like, Hex started at damn near zero where no one believed in it. It seems like a lot of people are already on board. So I tend to somewhat agree. So because of that, I've been comparing it to like really super hyped NFT projects with no utility in the front end, like the other side. For instance, like right now, there's no utility for other sides. There's a bunch of promised utility. How did that behave on its mint? It basically, the mint price was about 2.3 ETH or 2.5 ETH. And then, the first sales on the secondary market were as high as like 14 ETH. And then they quickly dropped to under 10 ETH. And then, kind of stabilized around 6 ETH for the first day. And then it kind of nosedived. And where it's at now, it's about 3 ETH. So I expect a similar price movement with Hex where you could see maybe, out the gate a 5 to maybe even 10x mint price or the average sacrifice rate. Maybe it does that the first day or so, and then, it kind of stabilizes and maybe it dumps and then, it stays slightly above average sac rate. That's more of a realistic outcome is what I think. Now, let's hope it does those big numbers, but I'm not waiting around for that, guys. I'm not waiting around for that. I'm not one of these guys that, is worshiping this gentleman, you know what I mean? And, granted, I wasn't in Hex early, so I'm sure I'd be a little bit more excited about it if, I was smart enough to claim my Hex, but I wasn't. I don't know if I want to say even smart because I was weary. Let's be honest. Like, who the hell wanted to claim Hex at that point where she's like, oh, come verify your Bitcoin address here on the Ethereum blockchain. This was right after like there was an implosion of a bunch of coins. It was like right when the bear market had hit, everybody was clapped up. I wasn't trying to believe it. Now, I mean, I definitely wasn't trash talking it. I never do that. You know what I mean? Like, because you never know. That's the truth, like you never know. And look, I didn't, and it did great. So congratulations, man, to those that claimed and won. One flatline, says Passive Crypto Show. Hopefully we could start trading sideways here with this BTC. And it seems like we've already started. But we're going to need a long time of basically, kind of flat trading, sideways trading before we ramp up. Now I'm seeing a lot of capitulation. That article we just talked about, this Minerd gentleman talking about $8,000 BTC. I saw a couple other headlines. I think it was it Altcoin Buzz or something like that? I said maybe, or was it, what's the other guy? The guy's, he's one of these other main YouTubers. I got him on the sub. Hey guys, and he's got like kind of long hair. Not BitBoys, the other guy. Well, he was like, oh, expect a bear. And everybody's ready for the bear, like. So, you see people capitulating. Maybe we can get this can be done quicker than we expect. But, It's gonna take some time. It's gonna at least have to be through the summer. Maybe we pull back up August, September. I don't know. Who knows? But more than likely, we're gonna have to see some blood into 2023 before we see a kapump. In my opinion, not financial advice. I'm not your block father. All right, drop me a couple comments over here. Shout out to Passive Crypto Show. He says, hopefully strong consolidation builds up. Yeah. That's what I'm expecting. It seems like it could be consolidating here for, around the $30,000 range. But, like I've said, I think the knife is continuing to fall. Okay, but maybe the speed has slowed down, the speed of which it's falling. But now we're ready for blood. September, October will come boom, says Manuel. I'm hoping for that. But, looking at the chart, being realistic, it may take a little longer time. Okay, but for those listening, for the new blood, and for those crypto Karens, or for those that don't even know and they're just on the sideline listening, I'm still bullish for the long term. And that's like, a year to 2 years plus. I'm bullish. And because of that, my strategy is to remain acquiring the blue chips, BTC and ETH, and have some stables, obviously, but it's BTC and ETH. And right now, I'm telling you, ETH right now is more. I think it's undervalued against Bitcoin. I think ETH ultimately is worth about a 15th or at least a 10th of a Bitcoin. Right now, it's like at 0.06 or something. The NFT bros. It seems like the NFT bros have not all, but it seems like a lot of them have migrated to Solana. And some of those ETH NFT boys they're talking about Solana Summer. And those OK Bears have done all right. I don't know where they're at right now, but it seems like there's more action going on Solana. So there could be some pumps and dumps going on over there. Listen, there's always something going on. Even in the bear market, there's pumps and dumps, and there's projects that make gains. It's just not, the average is lower compared to a bull. Passive is looking forward to the next halving. When is it? Is it 2024 or 2023? Because usually it's some months after the halving when the market starts warming up. That's usually what we've experienced. About 6 months after a halving is when a kapump really comes. Guys, make sure you join the Discord. All throughout the week, I have the Gold Space NFT whitelist giveaways going on. And we're going to continue to give away opportunities to get on the whitelist. And once it gets filled up, we will do the mint. But I'm taking my time with it. It's going to be a free mint to everyone on the whitelist. And if you have a Medal of Honor, the Gold Medal of Honor, the Silver, or the Bronze, you'll be automatically whitelisted, your account. And in fact, I'm thinking of giving the Medal of Honor holders top priority. So, to give them that extra perk to have that MOH. If you're interested in the MOH, they're available in the secondary market, and you can get them from the community. I don't own any. The website is down below. Passive Crypto Show thinks the halving is around 2024. Okay. Yeah, so if it is, we're going to have to wait. 2024, yeah. So it could be 2 years plus then, because look, we're already halfway basically through 2022. So let's say it's in, May again of 2024, let's say. So it's about 2 years away, and then another 6 months till the boom. It could be 2.5 years. I mean, I don't want to say that because that sounds like it sucks to wait 2 years for another boom, like to have to, be in this range. Imagine being here stuck at 30 or 20 for 2 years, but it's possible. I mean, we could be even stuck at like 15K, 20K for 2 years. It could bleed down there. We could be stuck there for a while. I mean, it would still be way higher than, where it was just a few years ago. But ultimately, we'd just have to wait. Patience is the bear market strategy, guys. That's it. Be patient. Sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. Okay? Everybody always wants to come up with something to do. How about just waiting? Weather out the storm. Sometimes when it's pouring rain out there, there's nothing you could do. Just wait. Wait till the storm blow over. Sometimes it takes longer than others. All right, guys. Shout out to Manny, Passive Crypto Show, Midas the Dog, the rest of the Meta Cup pumpers out there. I appreciate all you maniacs. Make sure you're hitting the gym. Make sure you're hitting the gym. I pulled up today. I wasn't even going to go today, but I was like, I woke up and it's like, let's just go. I did a nice walk. I've been doing that lately too, just pulling up with the walk. You know, just to wake up because I get there so early. Sometimes before the sun even rises, I'm already there. So just to wake up, I do a long walk, and they put some new treadmills in my gym. And these got better screens now, and you could do like courses throughout the world. So I walked through Germany, the Alps. You know, they let you do a little course. It's nice. Midas's job coin. You may have to hurry up and wait in 2020 till 2024 until get a job coin until the pump. But hopefully there's some meat on the bones here with this pulse, man. You know, like I can use a nice 5x, and sheesh, I'll take a 10x too. I'll be honest, I'm expecting probably just a 2x. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to expect too much, but I wouldn't be surprised at 5 or even. I mean, I've seen some wild stuff happen. Relaxation to salvation in some cases. I like that. Relaxation, salvation. I never looked at it like that. Kaboom. All right, guys. Shout out to Passive, Midas, Manny, the rest of the boomers. I'm out of here. Stay strong. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne.